Happy Saturday, everybody. It's November 29th, 2025, and I have a message for you all today. If you don't know me, I'm Mal. I channel messages, I read energy, I remote view, and do all sorts of things. If you're interested in a personal reading or energy work, please feel free to check out my link tree for more information. That said, let's see who's coming through for us today, okay? We want to speak on a subject matter that is highly debated and offers various explanations. Still, we wish to speak about the object you call Three-Eye Atlas. We wish to speak about what this object is actually doing and why so many spiritual lists and others who have been drawn to connect are receiving messages from so-called beings that are claiming to be part of this mission. This may come as a surprise to many, but we will say this. The object you call Three-Eye Atlas is unmanned. It is not a spaceship. It is not containing any type of life form as you would consider it. However, it is sentient. It has consciousness. It works with others. And more importantly, it is not open to contact unless it fully approves of the contactee. Let us explain. Everything the human collective is presented with in the process of evolution carries with it different layers. These layers are for protection. These layers are sometimes artificially created by beings who wish to distort reality and truth. These layers are sometimes there so that the human collective and those who are capable are protected from fully understanding what is happening, for they may not be ready to know truth as it stands. This is not so as to judge those who may not be able to penetrate those layers or are considered not to be able to access this information to the fullest extent. It merely is a reflection of where the individual is with regard to their own evolution. You see, no matter where you are on your journeys, you will always receive what you are capable of knowing and understanding, and what you are meant to know and understand. The differences in recognizing what this object you call Three-Eye Atlas truly is. The difference lies in the accessing of the layers. Those who access the outer layers will connect with what they perceive to be an otherworldly life form. They will connect with what they perceive to be a spaceship or other vehicle that they can then relate to, that maybe on some level they can then connect with, or they can then work with for their own evolution. You see, everything serves. At its core, Three-Eye Atlas is not a comet. It is an object that has been emitting extraordinary frequency. It is an object that is constantly connecting with other objects similar in nature, yet unknown to the human collective at this moment, in order to increase and become something that will be recorded in human history as the day of reckoning. Do not be afraid, but understand that you will receive information based on where you are on your evolutionary scale. Do not expect highest truth unless you are open to receive such truth. Do not allow yourselves to become complacent, believing you have reached a level of enlightenment that entitles you to knowing everything. For there are many who believe such things. And we caution you against such beliefs. The object continues to emit stronger and stronger frequencies. The day we call a day of reckoning is vastly approaching. Make peace with yourselves and who you are. and others. For without doing so, you won't be able to make peace with what is still considered woundedness or burdens you carry unnecessarily. Be at ease and know there is no right or wrong, but you must know that you will always receive information based on your evolutionary level. Do not allow your ego, the human mind, to take you places away from what you have worked so hard for. They call us the Watchers. We do not interfere, but we see all. I have to collect my thoughts here for a second. Long message, but holy crap. That's the best way to describe it. So, they're talking about 3i Atlas. And they're talking about that, or they're mentioning why so many different people get so many different answers. They're mentioning the different layers that are happening, that are being presented, not just for 3i Atlas, but for other things. And that based on your evolutionary level, you will penetrate the layer that you're meant to penetrate, that is most beneficial to you in whatever shape or form. Either to recognize something or to propel you forward in some other way. You know, this is fascinating that they're bringing that up. I didn't expect them to do that. But I think at this stage, many of us are wondering why there's so many different variations of information, right? That we're getting from different channelers and so on. And obviously myself included, right? I always sort of use my discernment, wanting to make sure that I present to you all whatever it is that I believe and know is coming from the most truest source. I take massive precautions and before I come into these channeling sessions, and in personal readings, by the way, and other sessions. But I have noticed and been wondering about this in the past, and I'm sure you have too. So this is a very good explanation. Of course, that comes up with a whole bunch of other questions. If you're anything like me, you probably have another 5 lined up immediately as a follow-up to the subject. But for now, I guess, allow yourselves to simply sit with this information that the Watchers are giving us today. And just know that when you receive information or you're experiencing something, that you are likely doing so from a point of your own evolutionary level. So, and here's the thing is, and I want to say this, someone has mentioned this to me and this stuck with me, okay? And I want to say this here, it just comes into my awareness, and I just want to mention this, is that we process information through the lens of our own expectations, okay? So think of that for a moment. What are your expectations? Are you injecting opinions? Are you opinionated? Do you believe something should be one thing or another, and then you go channel or you go tap in? The information you receive comes through the lens of your own expectations. That is a powerful statement. Let me know what you think about today's message or anything else for that matter. And of course, as always, stay tuned for more. Bye.